What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. So, getting into this episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, listen. This is some straight foolishness. Quinn and Carter. Straight foolishness. First of all, why are y'all having this private conversation in the office? The same office that you know damn well Brooke works in. Because the last thing they need, Paris already know because she overheard Shauna and Quinn talking. So what the odds are huge that Brooke could eavesdrop or listen outside the door to Carter and Quinn talking. I'm like, so what? Why are y'all having this conversation at the office? Why? Because the last thing you need is Brooke overhearing this. Because we all know if Brooke overhear Quinn talking about sleeping with Carter, she won't hesitate to go to Eric and tell him. She'll be sitting there waving her hands, begging to tell him. She wouldn't hesitate. It's just stupid. And Carter, of course, wants to tell the truth. I'm not surprised by that. At least Carter is not stupid enough to sit here and pretend and be all delusional like the secret can't come out. Because he knows that there's a high chance of it coming out. How many other people have cheated or done dirt and the truth came out when they tried so hard to hide it? At least he's not being dumb about it. He no matter how much we try to cover it up, it's bound to come out. I'm like, exactly. Now, it can either come out by somebody else or it can come out by y'all. Which one y'all want to do? Because either way, it's going to come out. Quinn is deluding herself. And you know what irritates me about cheating storylines? Because the person that cheats always sit there, I can't let my spouse find out. I love my marriage. I'm committed to my marriage. If you were so committed to your marriage, you wouldn't have been in bed with this dude. I can understand why you would sleep with Carter, but you shouldn't have been in bed with him when you're a married lady. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, madam? And then on top of that, they sitting there hugging and Eric comes walking in. I'm like, why am I not surprised? That's what happens. They walk in at the most inopportune moments. And he's sitting there, what's going on? I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I don't feel bad for Eric one bit that he being cheated on. I don't feel bad for him because how many times has Eric cheated on Stephanie? Eric has done his fair share of cheating and dirt too. So I don't feel bad for him. But we all know that when the truth come out, the shit gonna hit the fan. I actually like Quinn though. I do, but I like Crazy Quinn. Crazy Quinn for me is fun. I love Crazy Quinn. And I have a feeling that when the truth comes out, we gonna see that crazy again. Oh, we gonna see it. Because I believe Eric is definitely gonna kick her to the curb and try to file for divorce. And I think that divorce might get a little ugly because they do live in California, community property state. So I think financially it can get a little messy. That's if Quinn wants to fight it, and wants some money. But it can get messy. But at the same time, we already know that the ramifications of the truth coming out. Because not only will she lose her marriage, she'll be kicked out of the mansion again. But she could possibly lose her job because you know how the Forresters are. They like to, you're fired. So she possibly can get fired. Carter probably going to get fired. And Paris, my thing about Paris is, if I was Paris, I would be sitting up there telling the truth. I wouldn't give a damn. I would sit right there with my popcorn, eating my popcorn, telling Eric, your wife's sleeping around with Carter. I would straight up tell it. I wouldn't give a damn. I would tell the whole story. You want to know why? Because the truth going to come out one way or another. And it's not going to be hard for people to figure out Paris knew about it. Especially based off of her reaction. Because you know how when the truth comes out and you look at everybody like you read the room, they're going to look at Paris, and Paris is probably not going to have a shocked look on her face. And that's going to tell them, yeah, you knew about it. Or she's going to slip up and say something that's going to tell everybody that she knew. You know what I mean? So either way, she's looking at getting fired too. And I ain't about to jeopardize my job for none of y'all. So I'm just going to sit here, eat my popcorn, and tell the truth. That's what she should do. I don't feel bad really for Zoe either. And the reason I don't feel bad for Zoe is because if memory serves me correct, she treated Paris like shit too when Paris came to town. She wasn't all that great to her. So at the end of the day, I get that they're sisters and whatnot, but I don't feel bad for that. I really don't. I don't. And we all know Carter and Quinn are probably going to sleep together again anyway. They're going to continue to have this attraction to each other. Because here Quinn's sitting in the office daydreaming about her little sexcapade with Carter and stuff like that. So I'm like, clearly you want to ride it one more time or a few more times. So obviously you're not really all that committed to your marriage like you claim you are. She's sitting there telling Eric, oh, I'm committed, I'm this, that, and the third. No, you're not. You committed to some D. That's all you committed to. And you got it. And you're probably going to get more. So you might as well go ahead and do that. Because, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Look at Carter. Look at Eric. Which one you going for? I'm just saying, like, let's be real. You going for this old ass rich man, or you going for Carter? Nice suit. Look at him. Which one you gonna go for? I mean, let's be real here. And Quinn definitely looked good. You know, she up in her 50s and stuff, but she looked good. She looked damn good for her age. So it's like, you know, you want to go home and sleep in the bed with that, or you want to go rendezvous with this over here. I mean, shit, it's an easy choice. I mean, it's like, duh, it's a no-brainer. I'm just saying, like, we all know where this storyline is heading for some mess. That's what it's heading for, because it's gonna get messy as shit before it's all said and done. Before it's all said and done. So Zoe might as well get ready to take that big ass ring off her finger, and call it a wrap, because I highly doubt she's gonna take Carter back. And Carter could deny it all he wants to, but he know Quinn wore his ass out. He know it. So I'm pretty sure he probably gonna go back to Quinn anyway. But Zoe definitely looked good as shit, though. Zoe could have any man she wants. She looked good. I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to get back with Zende. I wouldn't be shocked. You know, if she tried to make another play for Zende like she did before. I wouldn't be surprised. Question is, will Zende want it? You know, him and Paris seem to be solid, but you know how this show love their, you know, love triangles and whatnot. So we might be seeing another one again. So yeah, the truth is bound to come out. It's whether Quinn wants it to or not, she's only delaying the inevitable. That's all she's doing. You're just delaying it, but it's gonna come out. And Eric gonna drop kick her ass to the curb, but at least she got a nice looking fallback plan in Carter. Hopefully they can all keep their jobs once all of this is over with, because I have a feeling the Forresters are not only gonna kick them out of, you know, they're gonna definitely get kicked out the company, because we know how the Forresters do when they feel betrayed. So anyway, moving on from that, Brooke. I'm getting so sick and tired of Brooke. Like, she be talking and treating Hope like she 5 years old. Did you get a good night's sleep last night, honey? Like, she talked to her like she's a child. This is a grown-ass woman with a child of her own and a husband of her own. Like, why do you keep talking to her with that little baby voice? Like, Brooke, go sit down. Brooke is just hell-bent on making sure that Thomas doesn't get close to Hope. Like, she's hell-bent on it. And I'm super happy that Ridge, you know, at least stuck up for Thomas and basically told Brooke to let this go. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop this foolishness. Don't get me wrong. As much as I don't like Brooke, I understand where she's coming from, because we saw that side of Thomas where, you know, he was deranged and crazy and the whole 9 yards. So I understand her reservations. But Brooke is a hypocrite. She's the last person who should be trying to lecture anybody about coming in between marriages and stuff like that, talking about, oh, Hope and Liam are forever. Brooke, at one point, everybody thought Taylor and Ridge were forever, but you put a stop to that. You kept trying to put a stop to it. How many times did Brooke come in between Ridge and Taylor during their time together? Hell, she even came between Eric and Stephanie at one point, at a couple of points. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. You're a whole hypocrite. How many times has she ruined people's marriages to get the man that she wanted at the moment? And she talking about Thomas's obsession with Hope. Taylor, for over Brooke, for over 25 years, you were obsessed with Ridge. Brooke stopped at nothing to get Ridge. She always did the most to try to get at Ridge while he was married. She didn't give a damn. So she's the last person who should be talking. Because quite frankly, I am so sick and tired of hearing about Hope's feelings and how this is gonna hurt Hope, and everything is always about Hope. You know what I'm saying? What about Steffi and Kelly? I mean, yeah, Steffi moved on, and I'm happy for her. Because I know some people don't like Finn, but I like Finn. And I like her with Finn. You know what I'm saying? At least she's not obsessing over Liam. You know, I'm glad Steffi's in a good relationship with a dude who wants her, you know, and only her so far. Because like I said, we know how this show does with love triangles. So I'm just saying. And I feel like Finn and Steffi are a good match. But when I say what about Steffi and Kelly, it's because, you know, that's the mother of his child and that's his oldest child. She, you know, Liam being in jail and Liam potentially going to prison doesn't just affect Hope and Beth. You know what I'm saying? It affects Kelly and Steffi as well. But nobody brings them up, though. It's always about Hope and Beth and how they feel. And what about Beth? And, oh, she has to grow up without a father. Okay, Kelly has to grow up without one, too, potentially. So think about that. You know what I mean? And, you know, that ending when Thomas was hugging Hope and stuff like that, they put that creepy ass music up there. I really hope Thomas doesn't revert back to the old Thomas who's crazy and obsessed and dark and all that stuff. Because if they did that, that would only prove Brooke's point. And Brooke can say, oh, I told you so. And I do not want Brooke to have that satisfaction of telling Ridge and everybody else, oh, I told you so. Your son is crazy, da-da-da-da. This is why Taylor need to bring her ass back to town, because Taylor need to straighten this mess out. Like, your kids need you right now. Like, Taylor need to come on back. They really need to call Hunter and get her back. They need to call Hunter Tylo and be like, listen, we need you to come back. Because Brooke is starting to get on my nerves. Well, she always get on my nerves with her little hypocrisy. But, you know, I have a feeling that at some point, Hope might actually fall for Thomas. You never know, because the way she was looking at him today tells a little bit of a story. Like, she might be feeling him, you know, and he has been helpful and stuff like that. I just hate the fact that they're making it seem like Douglas is Liam's son too or something like that. It's like, no, that's Thomas's son, and, you know, stop trying to make it some little blended family or whatever. It's like, absolutely not. Thomas need to get full custody or whatever the arrangement is with his son at this point in time. That's what he needs to do. Because, quite frankly, it's getting a little ridiculous. But this episode was pretty decent. I'm just tired of them acting like Hope is the only one that's going through or, you know, dealing with this mess or whatever, because Steffi and Kelly and everybody else is dealing with this too, you know. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode, and I'll see y'all all later. Have a great day. Peace.